Good morning, guys. So before I get up right now, let me explain to you where I'm at. I'm sitting down. In the morning, I like to go for my walks and talk with God. This is very therapeutic for me. Yes, I get my steps in, but for me, really, it's not so much about that. Even though I love that piece, it's really about having a conversation with God. But I'm sitting here, and as I'm sitting here, like I'm talking with God and I'm really getting some clarity, I decided to jump into a fast. Last night, I really talked to myself, and there were some areas that I needed clarity. And when I started to get that fogginess, because I surrender everything to God, I'm not just working through that fogginess any longer. Okay. And because I'm not working through that fogginess, it's like, no, I need to go into a fast. So you guys know me, right? That's what it's about for me. We no longer just sit here and try to muscle through and operate on that survival strength. It's like, no, Lord, I'm bringing this to you. So immediately, the moment you start to feel too much stress or it's too much confusion, do not sit there and try to muscle through it. That's how we get so caught up and we end up tying, just creating all this nonsense, right? So as I'm sitting here, just sitting with God and just going in the direction I feel led to go in, I usually don't sit here and study, but I just felt like sitting here and study. So I'm about to get up right now because I see something in the grass and I really just feel like it's a sign from God. But I want to have this experience with you guys because I feel like I know what I see right now, but it's like I just can't do this by myself. I want y'all to see this with me. Okay. So literally, we're about to do this together right now. All right. I need to see if what I think I see is what I see. Y'all, y'all. Y'all, did he not snap? Did God not snap? And you telling me this isn't about the Esther year? You're telling me this isn't about the Esther year? Like at this point, I have to take this to my house, pray over it and anoint it and keep it as a memorabilia and a reminder to God, like what he's doing. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of God we serve. Like, these are the type of things. And this is a real life example of what I'm trying to share with you guys about when you surrender to God, the little things that he does, the big things that he does to really let you know, like, I hear you. You're on the right path. Keep talking to me. Let's keep having this conversation. So now I'm going to take this home. I'm going to pray over it. I'm going to anoint it. I'm going to write this experience down in my journal. I'm going to tell him how grateful I am, how thankful I am, how this made me feel. And I'm going to surrender my questions for the day because this lets me know, like, you hear me and we're having a conversation, which I already know that, but I'm sharing this with you guys so I can teach you, like, when you're fasting and when you are seeking God about something, how you have to sit and rest in him. You have to rest in him because it's through that rest, right? I know sometimes you'll be going through things that really have you stressed out. You'll be going through things that really have you like feeling some kind of way, right? And you're like sitting here questioning, like, God, are you here? Do you hear me? Like how a part of it he is. And I am letting you know if you surrender and you just allow yourself to be expectant, allow yourself to be expectant, it doesn't matter how much chaos is going on around you. I'm telling you, you have to be like the eye of the storm with God. You have to be like you are the center of the hurricane, right? Which is the calmest place. And God, through his infinite mercy and wisdom, will walk you out of whatever hurricane is around you. But what happens, we be in just the storm of it all, and we're crying and calling out for God in that storm. But then we're seeing the cow fly, like in the movie Tornado. You're seeing the cow flying around, and you're paying attention to that. You're paying attention to the car. You're paying attention to the screeching. You're paying attention to the wind, which is the same reason why Peter, it's funny, I'm by a body of water, which is the same reason why Peter ended up drowning. It's like you lose sight of the center of where your source really is, and you begin to pay attention to everything around you. And before you know it, you're drowning. And there's this place inside of you. I'm telling you, there's this place inside of you, and you get there the quickest through fasting. There's this place inside you where you quiet everything. This is why I tell you guys, when you guys are fasting, get off of social media. I'm going to post on social media, but I tell you guys, get off of social media, get off of these things, and allow yourself to listen to his voice. Allow yourself to listen. We actively distract ourselves, right? Because so many of us are not in purpose, right? So many people are not in purpose. You actively distract yourself with things that distract you not only from what you're dealing with on the inside, but distract you from the voice of God. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you don't love God. It doesn't mean that you don't care about him, but too many people are actively distracted. And there's a silence that needs to happen. And you truly need to not just cast your cares upon him, but there is a surrendering. In Matthew 11, verse 28 through 30, he says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your souls." Take his yoke upon you and learn from him. Okay. Because he is humble in heart and he is gentle. Again, you will have rest for your souls because his burden is easy and light. So that means whatever it is that you're carrying, Jesus is saying you have to cast your yoke upon him. Cast your yoke upon him and learn from him. This is what surrender is about. But we want God to make things easy and light for us, but we want to still hold on to the burden and carry it all. No, stop trying to do it all on your strength. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how much you've been the one that people can lean on. I don't care how much of your identity is wrapped into the person that you're used to being. I don't care how much of it is, okay? You need to surrender it all to him. Surrender it all. Don't sit there and keep trying to be like, it's okay to let your identity, the way that you know it, fall apart. It's okay to let your ego die. It's okay to let just everything that the way that you know it and the way that you're used to doing it, it's okay to let it all fall apart. It's okay to think that you hold the whole world in your hand and that you're going to let it slip away and people are going to hate you and you're going to feel guilty, etc. It's okay to stop showing up for everybody and everything and finally show up for yourself. You're not going to remain this way forever, but there is a season and there's a period and a time when you need to do that. And then once you accomplish that, you don't stay there because it's so easy that after you've experienced that level of peace, that you want to stay there in hiding. This is why God has called us to get out of hiding and step into where he's calling you, right? So you're going to go through that Esther year, that 1 year of mandatory self-care. But then, guys, he has this for you. Like, can y'all believe that he did this? I'm sitting there and I said, no, God, I'm going to walk over there. I think I see that. But before I walk over there, I have to get my camera up because I have to share this experience with people so they can see how you are and who you are. This is my God, y'all. This is the God I serve. You will be minding your business. You understand what I'm saying? And he'll have a crown ready for you because you are disciplined and you are surrendered to him. This is the God I serve. He is so mighty and he is so great, guys. And for those of you guys that are going through this Esther year, like, you don't understand what you are going to experience on the other end of that. You don't understand how life changing this is going to be for you, especially for those of you guys that take it seriously. So the link for the Esther Year Launch Kit, it is in my bio, okay? Use the code or wherever I upload this, I'll have it there for you guys. But use the code PREPARE and you can get 25% off right now on that Esther Year, that 4-week Esther Year Launch Kit. Is going to include that 3-day Freedom Fast guide because fasting is so critically important. It's at the center of this. That 3-day Freedom Fast guide so that you're breaking down any generational things that you may not be aware of. There are systematic patterns that you might be finding in your life and you don't know where these systematic patterns are coming from. So that 3-day Freedom Fast guide is going to prepare you. And not only that, is really the breakthrough. That is like the true breakthrough on a spiritual level. I always say you get the victory in the spiritual realm first, and then you get it in the natural. Once you do that, then we're going to move into the natural things that you need to do. This is where we're going to get into the Beauty for Ashes program, which is going to be a workshop that's going to help you and teaching you how to surrender that survival strength and embrace divine empowerment. And then once you're done with that, then we're going to move into the 21-day Faith Center Transformation Guide. And you're going to be connected to our online community, our private online community, to support you through this process. Okay. That's the 4-week Esther Year Launch Kit to really launch you in. Like, your 2026 will be so amazing if you begin this now. Because here I am. I launched the Esther Year February of 2025 of this year. And here we are, October 6th. And a crown is here. A crown is here. You telling me my God ain't good? Anyways, I love you guys. Have a great one. Bye.